Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords, where we are currently working on our mining town here. And what we really need is to get our regional wealth up some. We've got this trading post under construction. It's going to take some time. We've got the stonecutter camp out here. It's full on its generic storage. So I'm thinking about assigning a second family right now to the large storehouse. This is clearly falling behind, and that will be, I think, fine for now. Let's check in on the status of this mining pit. Okay, so we could definitely put 2 or 3 families in each of our mining pits, and then we would upgrade to a deep mine, right? That'd be the idea. I'm wondering if we upgrade to a deep mine after we exhaust the surface clay deposit, what happens? I don't know. I think I'd rather not find out. So it's going to take some time for these iron deposits to get worked out, right? So we're going to do that, and I'm going to do 2 in the mining pit as well. Now we've got this bloomery here. I'm going to put 1 family here. We're going to need to have a family still on construction. Okay, I'm thinking about taking this road up over this way. I don't like that curvature on it. Maybe taking it about here. It's trying to curve it a little more than or rather a little less than I want it to. So maybe about here. That's too far forward. About here? Yeah, about there. And then we connect it like that. So something along the lines of that. We can put another burgage here, another row of burgages here, and then maybe some stuff over here. But I kind of want to have this like encapsulated by burgages right now. So that would be kind of neat. So let's go ahead and get a burgage right over here. It's actually going to be 2. Interesting. That's not necessarily... No, this is only going to be 1 burgage plot. There's just going to be, like, an expansion slot there. I don't know what exactly this is indicating. Let's build it and find out. So that'll be fine. We're down to 1 family on construction over here, which is probably for the best. We do need to get a fair amount of regional wealth. In total, we need 100 regional wealth here, so I definitely want to get this trading post built. So that looks fine for now. The woodcutter's lodge is still up over here, and the forester's hut is still replanting down in this area. So that seems fine for now. Yeah, the storage is full on the stonecutter's camp. That is why we put an extra family into the large storehouse. So we're going to need a family assigned to the trading post. And the clay furnace and the bloomery are going to need families eventually, and we're going to need additional families in the mines. So we need 2 additional families here and 2 additional families here. So that's going to be fine. The stonecutter camp will finish up the stone deposit very soon, actually. There's only 9 stone left in the stone deposit. So that's going to be done very shortly. We need to get that moved out of there. So back over in our main village, we are working on plowing the fields out over here. We're not going to get much yield out of this field, and that is absolutely understood. We're just plowing this field for now. It's, I really question the pathfinding on these oxen. They'll get it done eventually. But, yeah. I do think having another family assigned over here is probably for the best. Now, let's check in on our military situation here. Okay, how are we doing on our population? 29? Okay, so we can have 1 more man in the level 1 families. We're full on our level 2 families, I believe, at this point. So we definitely need to expand out our burgages. There's no doubt about that. We can grow these, but I want to do it kind of slowly. So I would like to construct a backyard extension here. This should be a chicken coop. But we're going to, I think, aim to keep our regional wealth up above 400 here. So anytime we drop beneath 400, we'll stop spending on our burgages. I think that's going to be the plan there. So up in our mining village, this is, of course, where the primary focus is. At this point, we are going to need another family in the trading post, guaranteed. So that's fine. We are hauling timber over here. We've got 3 of the 4. Here comes the 4th. Beautiful. So that is now under construction. That looks very, very solid. This burgage is going to be under construction fairly soon. And we've definitely cleared out a lot of land over here. What do we have in our forester's hut right now? 2? Okay. And 1 in the logging camp. Noted. That seems reasonably fine for now. I'm going to set the woodcutter's lodge to being out over this way. And I want this to be in this same region right over here where the foresters are going to be planted. So let's double check that the foresters are in this same region. Yeah, a little smaller than this. I think something about like that should be fine. Okay. So the forager's hut down here, this has the herb garden. So that's, you know, wonderful. That is, are those getting sold as a foodstuff? Let's see, this is the warehouse worker here. I see fruit. We have 100% food variety, yes. I'm wondering how the herbs would be sold, though. Interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. I'm guessing it's very similar to how the vegetables work, but I'm not 100% certain on that. So we do have this trading post almost complete. We do not want to assign a family to it yet because we want to have this burgage built first. Once this is complete, then we can assign a family to the trading post. Disconnected from the major trade routes. Connect the building to the King's Road, otherwise it won't attract any traveling merchants. It shouldn't be disconnected. I guess this is its attach point, not this. That's fine. Can we work this down over this way? I mean, yes. It's only mildly awkward. Sure. And then we can bring this in over here like so. Okay, now it should be connected. So our generic storage is full up over here. That's fine. This burgage is not fully built just yet. Now it is. Okay. So we have 21 months of fuel at this point, and I want the... Okay, we were saving. I was wondering what that hitch was. We want to be exporting at this point. The only thing that we want to export right now, and this will change, but the only thing that we want to export right now... I see herbs are a crafting material. Okay. The only thing we want to export right now is going to be fuel. So that is specifically going to be... Firewood is here. We want to export charcoal. So this is actually not applicable. So presumably this is not implemented. So charcoal is not exportable. We could definitely export some yarn. So we could do that, and we can keep around, say, 10 yarn. So something along the lines of that. Now the others here we're not too interested in selling necessarily. Why do we have wooden parts? That's interesting. Oh, we have the same army over here. I see how that would work. Okay, that's definitely noted. We're not actually going to do that as of right now. We only need the one army, but we do need to expand our army. No doubt about that. I definitely really liked the archer militia there, and I would like to get a secondary archer militia. Maybe having these guys over here be in an archer militia would be a good idea. So an archer militia unit here, and then we would need a Fletcher here, right? So that's fine. This is a level 2 burgage here right now. We could theoretically create a Fletcher's workshop over here. So that seems reasonably good. I'll do that. That seems fine. But we do definitely want to have this family assigned over here. The question is, do we want to get that Fletcher's workshop done first? And the answer is probably yes. How many men do we have here right now? Okay, we have 38 men here, and the archer militia is size 36. So this town can completely provide one of those militias. Now, we can absolutely start settling down over here. We can go after this camp. But I said that I wanted to wait until these fields were done, and I still want to do that. Now, I'm wondering, what are these people doing? They're waiting. only the oxen are plowing out over here. Most of our farmers are currently waiting. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening, but whatever. So out over this way, we have no families available right now. Shouldn't we have one? I feel like we should have one family available here. Oh, we have 2 bloomeries. I'm going to demolish one of these. There we go. Maybe I should have demolished this one. It doesn't really matter, though. We'll get that done. Okay, so generic storage is, of course, full up over here. Let's hop down to our main village right now. We're going to have to wait for a month tick there. But honestly, I'm going to raise up our archer militia, and we'll have them rally down over this way. I'm going to raise up our archer militia here, and I'm going to raise up our footman militia. So we're just going to bring these guys on over. And they are going to walk down over here, facing this direction. Don't run. Don't run. Are they currently running? I'm not entirely certain. That didn't do necessarily what I expected them to do. They are indeed running. Okay, I pressed the button, and now they seem to be walking. Cool. So we're not really in a huge hurry here. We just want to get this done, like, before the harvest, right? So that is reasonably fine. Let's head up over this direction. And this will all be reasonably good for now. We do have 1 spare family now. Okay, so that's good. This family was intended to be in the trading post, though. So, clay furnace, forester's hut. Do we really need 2 families in the forester's hut right now? I'm going to say no, and we're going to head down to the trading post. So that'll be good. We can also trade off potentially some, like, planks or something, but what we're really going to want to trade is roof tiles, and we're going to want to trade iron slabs. Apparently we can't trade roof tiles. Not applicable. Is that something to do with our trades over here? Maybe not. Okay. Noted. So that's all fine. If, you know, mildly awkward. I guess it's okay. I mean, I'm still interested, if we can, in trading charcoal. So we can export this and see if it actually exports. I would like to keep around, well, this is like 22 months. We really don't need that much. Let's keep around, say, 75 of it. And we'll see if that actually generates any money. So that'll be okay. I do want to build some additional burgages down over this way. I'm willing to bet that we do not currently have the logs for this. So if that were to be somewhere around here, actually we do have the logs for it. Get going. Okay, that'll be fine. So we'll get that underway. Back over this way, these guys are, of course, slowly heading over. I think some of them... Our fatigue is draining on the footmen. I think the footmen are running, and the archers are walking. Yes. There we go. Okay, so the archers will arrive over here shortly, and we're just sitting here staring at it. It looks like there's no one here. So let's just go grab this. Perfect. So we get this message, and we could send the resources to the nearest town or to our treasury. We're going to send it to the nearest town, and that is going to be 122 regional wealth here. Did that not update? Okay. Well, we're going to send these guys back home now. They can run, honestly. That'll be fine. And now we're completely okay to get started on a 3rd village out over this way. Do we want to do that this year, though? It's August. I think we'll get started on that early in the spring. So in, like, February or March, we'll angle to do that. That'll be fine. So out over this direction, of course, we want to continue our construction. We're now at 2 families. I only want to be at 1, so we're going to put a 2nd family in the forester's hut. Looks good. So the trading post is indeed trading some yarn. And regional wealth gained 122. Yeah, that is... Oh, that wealth actually went here. That's weird. It should have come here. This would be the nearest town. I don't have an explanation for that, but it's honestly a good thing. We have the regional wealth now to upgrade to a deep mine up here, and to upgrade to a deep mine over here. So that looks good. Absolutely wonderful there. So at this point, we only have one family available. We definitely want more families to be available, but do we need this many burgages? That's a question to ask. The clay furnace can have up to 5 families in it, and the bloomery can have 2. So that's 7 families there. And then this is going to be 4 families in total. It's got 2 right now, so 2 additional. And then this is going to be 2 additional as well. So that's going to be 10 families, I think. No, 11 total families. But the stonecutter camp here is actually done. The stone deposit is gone. So this stonecutter camp no longer needs to exist. We will demolish that, and that family will no longer be assigned. So we need 11 total families here. We have 2 available right now, which means that we need 9 burgages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'd have a spare family for construction or whatever. Or to just toss into our storehouse. Or our trading post. Cool. That seems fine. The rest of this money, of course, we can put into backyard extensions. So this should be a chicken coop. This should be a vegetable garden. This would be a chicken coop. This would be a vegetable garden. We're just alternating between them so that these places are relatively self-sufficient. We're not planning on building significant farms here. Not planning on building mines. Maybe we clear this out and make this into like a communal farm or something. I don't know. It would be kind of awkward, I think. We'd have to change around the way the roads are, but it could be done. I don't know that I want to do that necessarily. We'll think about it. So, as I said, I don't think August is the time to start our farming village that's going to be down here. These guys can go home. They no longer need to exist. They can be disbanded. They're just going to go do their stuff. Perfect. Any other bandit camps around? There's one down over here. That's not our territory. And that's the only bandit camp. Okay. I mean, it's August right now. We're going to want all hands on deck for the harvest over here, although it's not going to be the finest harvest in the world. We already know that. But these fields are going to... Well, actually, we should just change where our fallow is every year. So these fields will no longer be fallow. These will be next year. So, obviously, we're not going to get much out of these fields. That's very, very obvious. This is mostly just keeping us busy for now. So we're at 395 regional wealth at this moment, and our regional wealth went down, didn't it? We might want to take this to 2% and 2%. Something like that. Our treasury's fine, as it is, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. That seems okay. So we'll clear out the iron deposit, the clay deposit, and the stone deposit up here. There's some wild animals and berries to help us feed ourselves early on, but this is going to become a farming area, and it's going to be quite the farming area, for sure. So we just completed construction on a burgage up over here. We may actually want to have this be our manor in this location. That could be interesting, actually. Yeah, this certainly could be our manor. So we've got this Fletcher's shop over here that's going to get built eventually, and that's going to start producing bows. So that is wonderful. The saw pit is building, and we should be growing additional trees down over here. Not sure what we've got going on over here. Those are actually trees. I thought those were people. We're looking for a planting spot. Sure. So that looks fine, and we've got a bunch of construction to do over here. So that looks wonderful for right now. It is, of course, August, and these guys are very busy out over here. This tree is very strange. I'm not sure what's up with it. Maybe it'll clear out when we build burgages up this way, because that is indeed the plan. I think this is a bugged tree, though. That's the theory. We're still working on plowing this field, hilariously. And I want to check in over at the farmhouse here. So we've got 2 locations for livestock. Noted. Okay. For now, this is reasonably fine. Eventually we'll get this field plowed, but it really doesn't matter. But yeah, the main problem with oxen is they waste a lot of time by not plowing. They can plow pretty quickly compared to plowing by hand. No doubt about that. But a lot of time gets wasted. Because they take these paths. I mean, it's getting better here. So that's definitely improving. So it is August right now. We're going to be harvesting down over here fairly soon. So as soon as we switch to September, we're going to switch these fields from fallow to their normal crop. Okay, we're at 397. Our regional wealth did go up. Perfect. It is now September. So we're going to change this crop type over to, I believe this is supposed to be flax here. It's best for wheat. Let's see, 24, 17, 23, and 20. Yeah. We can have this be the flax field. And then this down here is intended to be the barley field at 28. I believe that's the best barley field in this area. Although it's not amazing, right? So we're going to make these be wheat. Like so. Okay. So then these are going to be fallow, but we can't change that until the harvest is completed. So the farmers are going to be swarming the fields. Indeed they are. Presumably they're going to stop plowing over here, and I'm actually going to change these over to fallow right now. Although crop growth here was 7%, so we're going to have to wait for that to harvest. There's nothing to harvest here, but we're going to have to wait for the farmers to actually handle that. So that is, I guess, fine. They'll get started on that. So a new family started moving in our second village. That's good. And we're up to 108 regional wealth now. So we can start upgrading some of these burgages down this way. Did we upgrade all of these burgages? Chicken coop, Fletcher's shop. Yeah. Are you actually Fletcher's shopping? No, I think we're waiting on the... No, we are Fletcher shopping. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. So we're going to need to continue to work on production down here, right? We'll make this one be vegetable. We'll make this one be chicken. This is going to be vegetable. This is going to be chicken. This is going to be vegetable. And we're basically out of money, so we'll come back to the rest of these later. This is what we're doing instead of farming to feed this village. This village is not going to be intended to be particularly focused on farming. It's going to be focused on clay and iron production. So that looks good. We've also got these berries down here that will help us feed ourselves. So that's fine. And we are, of course, working on the harvest. So let's get that finished up. As these fields finish, and I see the oxen are already up plowing. As these fields finish, we're going to set these to fallow. So that'll be good. This field can be changed. So fallow it is. Wonderful. Let's continue the harvest. And we're also working on plowing up over here. So that looks good. A nice division of labor. I like it. We are done with this field now, so we're going to set that to fallow. I'm not sure what this guy's doing with the ox there. Going to pick up material, probably? Yeah, I guess. Sure. And then this field hasn't been harvested yet. But that's fine. Okay, so this field can now be set to fallow. And we just need to finish the harvest over here. Wonderful. This year, the harvest is... Well, not really the harvest is going better. The planting and the plowing is going somewhat better. Wait a sec. These are the fallow ones. This should not be fallow. What am I doing? These are fallow. These are not. We're going to have all of these under cultivation. So flax down here, I believe, we grew barley there previously, but that is only 11%. 23 here, 11, 22, and 21. So this is going to be barley. This is 14 flax, 28 flax. Actually, 28 flax is pretty decent down for this field. So that seems fine. And then we can plant wheat here at 39 and wheat here at 29. That'll do. Okay, so we're going to need to get all of the harvest hauled. We didn't have a very good harvest, and that's because we were massively undermanned last year. But we're going to haul off the harvest, and then we're going to start working on the plowing. And we've already started working on some of that plowing. This field hasn't been sown yet, but we're still hauling the harvest. And now we're starting to plow by hand over here, I see. Okay, and the ox is plowing over here, plowing by hand. Yeah, we're definitely making better progress on that. So we're 399 regional wealth. We got some treasury change. Perfect. We have enough to start our next village, but we don't want to do that just yet. Now over here, we've got 36 gold, so we want to put in a chicken coop here. We want to put in a vegetable garden over here, but we don't have enough gold, so we're going to have to wait for our traders to make us some more money. We have some available families, though, and I would like to put in one family on our trader, and then up over this direction, we could get a horse for our traders, I suppose, but I want to check in if these constructions have finished yet, and the answer is they have not. Okay. So that's fine for the moment. We could definitely have one family in the clay furnace and then one family in the bloomery for right now. And then we'll have 3 families on construction for the time being. That will change. So we have 31 gold right now. This is a chicken coop here. We want this to be a vegetable garden. And then this is going to be a chicken coop, but we don't have enough wealth for that. We'll have to wait. So let's check in on the status of our fields. They have definitely been worked on, but we need more work done. We may want to consider tossing 2 additional families in over here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to build 2 additional burgages, and they are going to go, well, actually, however many burgages this ends up being, they are going to be down over here? I'm wondering what this would end up looking like. Oh, that's really awkward. Okay, let's have it be like this for now. And then we can get an additional burgage that is going to go like so. So that's just going to be the one burgage, right? Like that. Okay, we'll get that underway. It is currently October, and we've made some progress on the plowing, for sure. But we clearly need more. This is a lot of plowing that needs to happen still. So I think more hands would definitely be the way to go here. But we're working on it. Yeah, the fact that we're only spending about 50% of the ox time actually plowing, that is a significant issue. But we're making some progress anyway. Some of these fields are getting plowed. And hopefully they get sown as well. I wish sowing was a higher priority than plowing if there were available fields for it. Yeah, I know winter's approaching. I'm definitely cognizant of that fact. Now, what just happened up over here? Oh, a tree was felled? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So this field is now done, or almost done, being plowed. It's at 98%. Okay. So new families started moving in up over this way. That's fine. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to go through this winter, and then we're going to start up another village. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.